Talk 1470 WNN.
Cruise Planners, an American Express travel representative, has a tremendous reputation for quality, service, and very competitive pricing for all of your travel needs. As a Cruise Planners travel advisor, Paul Vadiano will help you discover exciting adventures around the world, from cruises to land tours and completely packaged vacations. Paul specializes in all types of travel and will create an unforgettable vacation, wedding, or event just for you. Find Paul at www.cruiseoptics.com, on Facebook, or by phone at 561-232-2626. We make your travel dreams come true.
Science has confirmed that real health comes from raw, organic, and wild foods. Essentials is a complete program of 5 products to help your body function as nature intended. Premium Ancient Superfood Algae offers energy and stamina.com. Essentials, life-enhancing ingredients in the palm of your hand. EatEssentialsNow.com.
Ready, set, go beyond. I'm Jordana Foster. As a motivational speaker, trainer, and mindset coach, I understand the importance of positive energy and inspiring others to become the best version of themselves. With an emphasis on personal and professional growth and development, I help individuals, entrepreneurs, and organizations to succeed by addressing their limiting mindsets. Learn how to go beyond your limiting beliefs and maximize your individual strengths to unlock your true potential to thrive. Are you ready to go beyond? To live your best life now? Contact me, ReadySetGoBeyond.com or 305-753-6758.
The opinions expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Well, it's 1 o'clock, and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. The team is ready to serve you a huge portion of fun for lunch. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought, take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe, and get ready to enjoy the humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of feel-good and happy soup to help your day go easier and enjoy your break with others around you. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddy S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. The feel-good food you need to help that bagel go down nice and smoothly. If you have a story to share, anything that happened at work, play, a movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you today, call in toll-free 888-565-1470 right now. So sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe and let Dawn and Freddy S. get your happy juices flowing.
And here we go. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe as I'm getting dressed on the set. Welcome to part 2, second hour of
A Wacky Wonderful
Wednesday. Is it Wednesday?
Oh my gosh.
And the reason I'm a little flustered is because the internet was not working in the first hour. We have taped, delayed that show. We will put it on the air. And we got the second one up and going. So we want to welcome all our friends in South Florida, LA, New York, San Francisco, Chicago, all over the place. Hello.
Can I tell you what just happened?
Yeah, I saw what just happened. I'm in a puddle of coffee over here.
Puddle of coffee? I just got a coffee bath. You don't need any more coffee because I'm covered in it. The floor is covered in it.
Do you know you put coffee in my chair?
That's the least of where the coffee is.
No, it's the biggest problem. I'm sitting in it.
You're sitting in some coffee?
I'm sitting in it.
I'm sorry.
It's all gushy.
I got up in the middle to grab a cup of coffee, the Brooklyn Cafe coffee, and of course my shoe tripped over the light, over the wires. There's coffee everywhere.
Hey Dylan, what did I tell you?
I'm
when
on the
Dawn
floor
gets
with a
up to make coffee, sit it down. Especially 2 minutes before we go on the
I'll
air.
bring it to her next time.
I mean, look at this thing. It's like underwater over here.
better
I feel
idea.
like Jacques
He's going to
Cousteau.
bring it to me from now on. It's so much better. I hurt my arm. I'm just a mess over here.
I'm going to bring you a straw from the...
I'm going to get some glass straws. You know, people don't serve straws anymore. It's taboo.
Oh, please.
It's
Taboo
a taboo
this.
thing to have straws. Am I right, guys? Look,
Yeah.
they know
Oh, yeah.
exactly what I'm talking about.
Except
What?
drinking coffee with a straw is good for your teeth.
It is. No, you ever drink
Glass
beer
ones.
through a straw?
Yes, I used to.
That's
Really?
the
I don't drink anymore, but yes, I do.
That's the way I used to drink too.
Yeah.
That's the way I used to drink beer, with a straw. And everybody said, "What are you
I've
doing
never
there?"
heard of that. Why?
It's a New York thing, I guess.
Are you from New York?
No.
I'm from New York, upstate.
You remember drinking out of a straw the beer?
No. No.
That whole bit just went right down
You
in
can
the toilet.
find us on 95.3 FM 1470 AM. And now, yes, we are live streaming on Facebook, Periscope, and YouTube at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Maybe someone here can get us up on Instagram, Snapchat. Where else are we? Facebook.
Dylan,
Everywhere.
you do
on some
Snapchat?
social media.
Yeah, I can.
That would be good. Thank
That'd
you.
be a nice thing to do.
We've got animator.
Follow us on all social media platforms.
Follow us on all social media platforms. The boss on the board says. That's
Hey,
what we're going to call you.
Give her a mic. Let her
the
talk.
boss on the
Get her a
board.
mic. Somebody get her this mic over here.
On our first hour, we had Corner Porch. He brought breakfast brunch, which was absolutely delicious.
Yes, and I
we
made a
had Judy.
pig of myself and ate it.
It was really good, though,
I
wasn't
don't
it?
care. I wasn't ethically correct. I just ate, and everybody else watched me. I don't care.
But you know what? You ate very neatly. It was a breakfast
I ate
burrito.
neatly. I ate the whole thing in 4 bites.
He brought oatmeal. Corner Porch is amazing. Labor Day weekend, Sunday Labor Day weekend at 2 o'clock, they're having a barbecue. $25, all you can eat barbecue. I'm
He
telling you,
better-
you can't miss
He better
this
bring
opportunity.
a big pig. That's all I'm telling
He's
you.
not doing a pig.
What's he doing? Turkey?
Barbecue. Hamburgers, hot dogs,
Barbecue. There's no pork turning in that spiffet thing?
no,
That stuff.
not a spiffet.
No? They don't have that going on?
What's a spiffet?
Hey, whatever. The thing that turns
Yes.
with the pig.
A spit.
Spit.
I didn't want to say that
Why?
because I got a cold. Is he going to have that or
You're
not?
contaminated. You got Mara sick. You got everyone sick in her
Hey, did I
household.
get you sick?
Yeah.
Did I get you sick?
You got me sick and my boyfriend sick.
But you know what? She's got such a great work ethic because
What do you
she
mean I
showed
got your
up today,
boyfriend
so
sick?
thank you. And you know who else came today?
Blaming Freddy.
Is your mic on?
Yeah,
You sure?
I can hear myself.
Oh, okay, good.
Shorty was in the house today. She
Oh
was
wait, no,
working
it's not.
There
Now
you
it's
go.
on.
Yeah, nice going there,
She
champion.
was working on the Dexafit.
You know, I'm doing
She's working
100
on
things at once.
Vitamins.
I'm going to call the phone number just to give you and Boricua something to do.
Give us a call, 888-565-1470 to join this chaotic Wednesday.
Now, I got a question. How does people get on Instagram? Chat. What is the other one?
Snapchat.
Snap, whatever?
Snapchat.
Snapchat?
Brooklyn Cafe TV on Snapchat.
Yeah. What's the
Brooklyn
other
Cafe TV on Instagram, Brooklyn Cafe TV on Facebook.
one? Is that...
And Brooklyn Caf
One.
TV 1 on Twitter.
Okay, let me ask you a question about this Twitter thing.
Tweet.
When you Twitter,
When you tweet.
Tweet.
When you tweet.
why did you write Brooklyn Cafe, Caf 1 instead of Cafe?
I didn't make
Syracuse did it.
Why?
She said that's what they
I'm
gave
putting
her as a
myself
name.
up.
Oh.
There you go.
I'm taking over the Brooklyn Cafe TV.
Put yourself up.
She's up.
I
There
am.
she is.
Your,
I am up.
Your Outlook account settings are out of
Troy,
date.
how you doing? Troy received his call.
You saw that?
What?
Nothing. You're out of date.
I'm out of date.
They put a thing up that says you are out of date.
We got a notification we're out of date.
Oh, so there you go. You see the number behind Sopranos?
866-224-5422.
So that's what we're gonna do
Call
from
in
now
and
on.
talk to me.
No,
They
don't
should.
call in and talk to you because that number won't get to you.
That's the AMP number. The radio station is 888-565-1470.
That's
Joe,
right.
I think
And
poor
who
Joe is just
made
rolling
that?
his head.
That's right.
Who made what?
Who made that?
There you go.
Giovanni.
Oh.
Yes.
So
All right.
Hector's
I was going to blame
working-
Freddy.
You got to love Hector. The animator's working on our new open, and your animation is hilarious, Freddie. I'm just saying, it's you tipping your hat. It's really funny.
Yeah, but this is me doing this.
Yeah, and this is me going like this in the middle of a
But I
highway.
like that.
You like that?
Yeah, and this, what is this? I got to talk to the
You're
animator.
tipping your hat.
He's a big guy, though.
He's a
I'm
big
telling
guy.
you, he scares me.
I know he's a big
All
guy.
right,
I
so-
told him we had more to add, and he said, I don't think I really want to do that. He says, but if you insist.
We shall talk to him. Dylan, don't laugh so much.
I'm not lying.
Are you doing Instagram?
Yeah.
All right, good.
Freddie, who we have on the set?
I have no idea.
You don't know?
No. Tommy it said to me if I had called these gentlemen yesterday. First of all, I gave you the paper with the names. Where is it?
Vince and Nathan.
Vince and Nathan.
What do you have it for?
Because she's going to put up on the bottom third.
Oh, okay, Vince and Nathan. Which
Power
one's
and
Vince and which
purpose.
one's Nathan?
This is Vince?
That's Vince and Nathan.
Wait,
So
which is Vince and which is Nathan? And they both race
I know.
it.
This is gonna be a real easy conversation.
This is Vince and Nathan with power and purpose. You're doing
Purpose and power.
purpose and power.
You see?
Purposeful power.
Does one have to be before the other?
It really does, actually. There's a reason for the.
Why
order
does
of the
purpose
name.
come before power?
When you're not authentically aligned with who you are on the inside, not really connected to your true purpose, right? A lot of us are living a purpose that's been defined externally by someone else. Going to college
Stay
campuses.
right on the mic. Look at the camera. Don't worry about it.
Go to college campuses and you see, young kids. We've interviewed and talked to young kids in med school and like, why are you doing what you're doing? And they don't really know. So they're in a low power state. So power comes after knowing your purpose. When you're truly in touch with who you are, there's a freedom of self-expression. There's opportunity to be very powerful in who you are. There's a confidence. There's a certainty that's missing when you don't really know what your purpose is and you're not really identified with a purpose that's authentic for you.
But what if your purpose comes after you find your power? What if you have this amazing opportunity, you step into this powerful opportunity and you go, wait, that's my purpose. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I mean that's clearly something you could say.
I
right?
never heard of that.
And powerful opportunities exist as an authentic purpose. So I choose to. The reason I use purpose and power is because we work with coaches, teachers, healers, consultants, retreat and workshop leaders, health practitioners, and typically they've got a sense of their purpose, but there's some things in the way. So once we get them more aligned with their purpose, once they really know what they're up to, who they're serving, the value they deliver, then there's just an abundance of power and a freedom to really be in their business the way they want to be.
So is it power and purpose or purpose and power?
Purpose and power.
All right, let me tell you why I think that's the way it should go.
Okay.
Because there are a lot of people who think they have power. They think it. And they live it as a power broker, a power person, and they could be a Neanderthal, they could be overwhelming, they could be the whole 9 yards with no purpose.
Right.
They're just power. Right. Power hungry.
Just noisy.
Just noisy. Noisy?
Noisy.
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 But the bottom line here is without purpose, and you're just a misguided missile. And you create more damage than if you establish purpose first.
Wow. I'm really glad you said that because my background was, I was a criminal. I was a drug dealer. I grew up in an abusive family and, had a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, got involved with gangs. By 7th grade, 14 years old, getting initiated, fighting violently to get into the gang.
Where did you grow up at?
Here in South Florida.
And you're really
Miami,
young now.
I'm 40 now.
You are?
I'm 40 years old.
He looks 22.
Looks like he's 23. Yeah.
But you said misguided missile, like that was me. I watched Goodfellas, The Godfather. My dream was to be a mafia kingpin, and so that was the projection, right? And just power hungry, and it led to me nearly dying from an overdose. And that
was your calling.
That woke me up.
Yep. It's really funny you say these things because one of the issues that we have with our young kids is what you've lived through.
Yeah.
It has now increased the image of wanting power, of being respected. In New York, we grew up with growing up and respected. So in gang initiations in New York, when I was with the Ghetto Brothers and the Latin Kings, you got to take somebody out. That's how you join this gang. It's no more just rob a store. You got to take people out. And that's when you're this guided missile that goes in array, and all of a sudden you're creating all this damage because other people are influencing you down the wrong path.
What was the turning point for you? Because clearly you changed. Your missile got guided.
Yeah, I got arrested, felony charges. That wasn't it.
Saved your life.
Court ordered to a rehab, was using and partying and still dealing the whole way through. And when I overdosed, it was like 10 in the morning. I was driving my car. I was with a friend of mine, and all of a sudden, lights out. I woke up on the sidewalk, and the story that I heard, because I was unconscious, was that the car stalled. He pulled me over. I had a stick shift. I like sports cars, and he dragged me out on the ground. Some woman stopped, checked my pulse. I didn't have any. And when she said that, she's like, "He's got no pulse." My friend remembered that he knew how to do CPR from middle school. And he jumped on me, hit me with CPR, probably kept me alive, or at least kept the blood circulating, whatever. And something sparked, and I came back to life. And when I heard all of that, I was like, man, there was nothing there. There was no light at the end of the tunnel. There was no angels or demons. I didn't meet God or my ancestors. It was just nothing.
Fade to black.
And just the concept of that while I was in the hospital, considering all this, it freaked me out.
How old were you?
I was 21. It was 1999.
So have you been doing your calling work ever since?
Ever since. It took me about a year to really get a little bit centered, I started going to the library. I ditched all my friends, my beeper, my cell phone. I mean, I literally like changed my social circle immediately. I had like no social circle really. And then dealing with the, stop using drugs like and alcohol to cover up all that pain. There were some things to confront. I basically got face to face with myself.
Were
my past.
your parents alive with you at the time?
Yeah.
How did they deal with this ordeal?
I was living with my father. I went back to live with my father at the time, and he was cool and supportive. I wouldn't say, Sicilian background, old school, He was as understanding as one could be coming from that era,
Gotcha.
you know what I mean? But my mother, she had her own problems still going on at the time. So, I learned a lot, though, about myself, and it was through meditation. I picked up a book on Zen Buddhist meditation, and that was really something I started practicing, and then that I didn't realize what was going to happen, that I was going to actually like start to remember, and I started to see why I was living the way I was living, the pain that I was running from, the things I was avoiding from my childhood, and that's what the drugs and the alcohol and the lifestyle, even the gang, the power trip that I was on was all an avoidance strategy, for the weakness and the fear and the pain that I felt from
What are you
early
trying
on.
to mask?
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really funny because there was a comedian, I don't even know if I'm allowed to use his name, that was in the same circumstances that you were, and he used it in his comedy. So he made a joke about it, and he was really talking about himself. And it wasn't until he committed suicide that all of the truth came to light, and all of his jokes, his name is Richard Pryor, and all of his jokes were about himself, his family, and his life, and he made a joke about it, and he was rich and famous, but he was constantly using drugs, and that was the problem.
The amazing thing is you didn't realize what the underlying problem was. All right, you think, all right, it's my parents are fighting, or I'm not doing well in school, or there's a family dynamic, and you react to it, but you didn't even realize what it was that put you in that state.
Not at all. Not until I stopped and I made a hard decision, and I just knew I wasn't going to live that way anymore. And then through meditation and the reflection, trying to understand, what was life really about? I wanted to know, is there something else to life? Is that it? We die and it's all over?
But
It was.
I know we're going to go to commercial, but before we do, I just want to ask, and this is with Dr. Sam that we're going to have here Friday. She confirmed. This is some of the stuff that I wanted to go over with her.
Were they on the same show last night?
They were not. They were not. Two different people. It's funny how people show up here. We had a cancellation. You guys are here because we had somebody who was coming and they couldn't make it.
And her as well for Friday.
And her as well for Friday. But I wanted, when we come back from commercials, is that what you're going to say? Come back from commercial, I want you to think about this question. Let's put a stop all that stuff in the past. But let's talk about today.
Yeah.
And how you
met
relate
Nathan.
today. And let's say we had young people in here that have the issues that you went through. I want to know how you relate to them and how you feel about talking about it today.
Cool. Yeah, I've been working at drug rehabs and stuff like that, so I actually am in communication with them.
Give us a call, 888-565-1470. Well, stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All righty.
Hi, my name is Leslie Carmen.
At Carmen Care Advanced Laser Therapy, our professional team specializes in finding the best alternative laser therapy treatments for your painful conditions. Do you suffer with chronic pain, a post-traumatic injury, or simply looking for the benefits of cell rejuvenation to the skin? Schedule a consultation today to understand how photobiomodulation can help reduce your symptoms, reduce or even eliminate pain. Give us a call today, 561-405-9577. We focus on treating you who has a disease, not a disease that defines who you are. Contact Carmen Care Laser Therapy today, 561-405-9577 or CarmenCareLaser.com.
I got a guy. You need a guy? I got a guy. With VCard Global, all your contacts are in the palm of your hand. Never leave home without your business cards or brochures again. VCard is the ultimate marketing tool. No more printing cards or brochures. VCard fits in the palm of your hand and is always with you. VCard is a powerful networking tool that virtually promotes sharing and builds referrals for your business. VCard Global, the virtual business card. Hold your business in the palm of your hand. Contact Jennifer at jenng.vcardinfo.com.
the world's most intelligent business card. I got a guy, JENNG.vcardinfo.com.
Hey, Dawn, do you know what CBD is?
What is CBD, Freddy?
CBD is a cannabidiol. My goodness gracious, I'm Puerto Rican and I can announce that. Cannabidiol, which is found in the hemp plant. CBD can help regulate your mood, improve your sleep, reduce inflammation, and you know what? It even increases immunity.
Did you know that our internal systems are already made to receive the CBD? It's made of natural botanicals without any psychotropic effects. Do you know what that is?
I have no idea what that means.
It means you can get healthy without getting high.
That's right. Now, people come to the studio, we give them CBD, and what's the first thing they ask me? Can I drive home? I said, did you drive here? Yes. Well, then you're going to drive home. So if you want CBD and the experience to feeling better, reducing anxiety, what do you got to do?
Give him a call at 561-674-7446. It is the #1 legal and leading CBD company in the United States. Safe for all ages. Where do you visit, Freddy?
You visit livelovecbd.com.
livelovecbd.com. Tell him Dawn and Freddy sent you.
Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Dawn and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Dawn and Freddy S.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. And don't forget to like this video.
And subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when we go live. We'll see you next time.
And we're back. Look, our toys evolve here on the Brooklyn Cafe. Freddy, this looks like a giant toy store.
It is.
Between the ducks and our water bottles and my wands, it is a wonderful Wednesday on the Brooklyn Cafe TV. Give us a call, 888-565-1470. You can follow us on Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter. We're everywhere.
Yes, and also you're going to be able to see us on the Brooklyn Cafe TV webpage. It's coming out.
And our podcast. Just ask Siri, play the Brooklyn Cafe TV podcast, and you're going to have us every which way.
It's the best. We're on 12 different podcasts now.
Wow.
I don't even know half of these people.
We're here with Vince and Nathan from Purpose and Power, and we heard part of Vince's story. Let's hear Nathan's story.
Yes.
Yeah, I moved to Florida from Buffalo, New York in 2009 to go to school, and I actually moved in with Vince a few years after that, and we started working together in digital marketing, doing websites, video production, things of that sort. And we actually moved in the direction of blending and merging our spiritual ambitions with our business ambitions, and we started serving people that are helping people and helping those people to craft their message and figure out, because what we've discovered is a lot of people, they don't know who they are and they don't know how to deliver that out into the world. So what we've done is we've been able to create a coaching program to help people get clear about who they are, develop their core message, and then to get it out into a very simple system that works and gets sales and helps them to help people.
And that's why I asked you in the beginning about purpose first, because like you said, I don't think everyone truly knows their purpose or can step into, as they say, step into your purpose until you know it. So how do you grow your business and your power if you don't know your purpose? I know this sounds so rhetorical, like what came first, the chicken or the egg, but to me, that's my question is, how do you grow a business if people don't know their purpose?
Exactly, yeah, we focus on the purpose first. A lot of people think they want like online sales funnels, websites, branding, marketing. They're like, yeah, they see all those people on Facebook and Google making money putting out Facebook ads, but they don't realize behind all that, they've developed their core story, and that has to come first. And if you're not clear about who you are, all that power stuff before the purpose doesn't work.
You know, this is really scary. It's like having a conversation with my 22-year-old.
And Lelaine and Chris.
and Elaine and Chris, but Gio's been telling me this for 10 years. When Giovanni was 14, he created AMP. He created everything you see here when he was 14.
Wow.
And he told me the same thing. He says, you know, people are going to look at this and say, you and Dawn have it easy. You guys don't do nothing. You sit all day, you interview people, you have cake, you have this, you have coffee. There's no work going into that. And that is so untrue. There's a lot of purpose that has gone into what we've developed. There's a lot of purpose.
Everything is strategically done.
Everything has a meaning.
We truly have to stick to our purpose as far as who comes on our show and the messages we deliver, because it's who we are. You know, we don't script anything, but if the right people come forward, it truly, you guys, and you met them yesterday,
I had met them before
into
yesterday.
the purpose.
I had Tommy call because I looked for their card and I didn't get a card.
Because they don't have a card.
They don't have a card.
Because they're digital
and
people.
Tommy's phone, the reason we were talking to him, Tommy's phone died, and he doesn't have an iPhone. He has some other make-believe phone. So he had to get a make-believe charger for him in order to call you. So he called his wife, who called his mother, who called him. It was crazy.
And now you do even more than digital.
Yeah. So Nathan is CFO of the company. He handles the finances. This is like the banker guy. You know, I'm the CEO. I saw the title bar was a little incorrect, but you know, I operate more from the creative side. I've got the programming, the coaching is on my end. Nathan's been handled a lot of the support of the business growth and development from the financial structures and stuff like that. I mean, even getting business credit, things like that. This guy is just a champion.
And operation structure too. I do a lot on the
Loves
operations.
the systems and operations.
You help
Both of
grow
us really
business,
working
you
that.
help get the money as well, the financing? As far as business credit, he means?
I wouldn't say that's something I do. I actually have done that. I was a marketing director for a business finance company in Miami, but that's not a service I offer right now. But I do help a lot of people in terms of getting clear about the financial objectives they need to be setting in their life and business. But we're focused more on the human element and then the marketing element.
I think the hardest part is for businesses to be clear in what they want, and it's that scary business plan term. It's like doing your taxes. Same thing. It depends on your type of business. Now, we had the health insurance guy today. He is clear on his purpose and his mission, and he's a numbers guy. He's got all that down. You and I, we got the creative brain. Not so much. We know what we want, but as far as the plan, the finances of it.
No. That's not true. We have a plan. The problem is that our purpose changes. You know, in life, it isn't all one way, right? I mean,
it's evolving, unfolding.
Exactly.
Oh, every day.
So what people don't understand, and even my co-host here is missing the point, is that sometimes you have to shift because there's a new problem that arises in your plan. It doesn't change my purpose.
Or a new platform.
Well, I know what my purpose
That's one of the
is.
challenges we've faced in the business. I'm creative. I'm highly adaptable, very flex, very quick. You know, martial artist background too. It's like you got to be on the go and be ready for anything at any time. So, you know, I'm always listening to the needs. Like one of the things we teach is needs, wants, problems, fears, and frustrations of your customers. Knowing that, and your programs or your services ought to really fulfill that. You don't want to be having to sell people and force people and manipulate and coerce people into something. You want to know what they need and have your ear to the ground and then create from that space. So that's one of the things that we do, and our programs adapt and develop. That's why we do what we do now, because there's a demand, there's a need. There's people like her, they want to make more money, they want to operate independently, they want to be into entrepreneurs, but they have no idea how to structure their business. They're looking at these models online that are succeeding or successful, and they think they need to do what those people are doing, but they don't understand how to get started from the ground up. And there's very different actions being taken
That's right.
at the beginning versus where they are now. And so a lot of people just kind of pretend to be something, and it
just falls
short.
apart.
Yeah.
And that's where your coaching comes into play?
Yeah, because we show them how to do exactly what I'm talking about, and that is first and foremost, like define who's your ideal customer, who do you really want to be working with, and then what are they really going through? What's the internal conversation they have about themselves, about their own problems, about what it is that they want, their desires, their aspirations, and once that communication is developed, we do it on paper or digitally, so to speak, and we create marketing material from that for them, and we help them to align their purpose, their passion, their desire to be whoever it is that they see themselves being with what their ideal customers want or are needing. And so that communication then develops, and the sales are easy from that point. Once those communications are developed and understood, it's like you just get in a conversation, it's like, I got what you need. And people just feel that, and there's an authenticity there.
Adaptability also becomes a very important part of the program because, you guys have been interviewed at the other station. We started there. That whole thing, when it started 8-10 years ago, was a radio station taking a chance on me. Now, they're a radio station. They are not a video station. They are not a TV station. It's not built for that.
Right.
So to bring in cameras into a radio station and pull it off is challenging. So I went to a lot of radio stations, and I've done shows in a lot of radio stations, but they could not bend their minds to adapt to making it work. Now, you guys are creative enough that you're using platforms to get your voices out, getting your video out. All that is, I mean, I was doing that 10 years ago before Facebook. So we've grown into this market to teach people you can, and this is very refreshing to hear it.
We've grown a lot. When you and I first started working together, we were not even on Facebook. Everything was on the AMP site.
It was because Facebook had just come out. And then Instagram followed, and we baited for Facebook. As Gio will tell you, we told them, you got it wrong. You're doing it wrong. You're still doing it wrong. They're still doing it wrong. They're getting it right. But what's happening is that businesses have to learn to adapt. You got to change with the flow. So if your business plan is A and everybody's doing B, then you got to go to AB. It doesn't change your purpose. It just changes your delivery.
Yeah, your method. You guys are innovative. I think that's very refreshing to see.
But do you think when people change their purpose, and we see this a lot with shows, we'll have a show that starts phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
They've got their purpose, their passion, their numbers are rocking. They've got sponsors, and then they change their purpose to adapt to whatever circumstances are. And when they're not living their true purpose, what happens?
Yeah, so that's an inauthentic expression.
And
there's always a loss of, when there's
the
no
show
authenticity,
fails.
there's no power. Yeah, things die. I mean, if you're going to shift your purpose, you can shift your purpose, but not your core purpose. Like, you can shift how you're doing or why you're doing what you're doing, but it still needs to be in alignment with who you are authentically from the central axis of your being. Otherwise, you're
So
gonna spiral out.
do you teach that before you work with a client?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
You want to develop them first?
Here's an example. I was working with a woman who bought into our new program, and our objective was to get into the strategic planning for her next year and 3 years of business, right? I take all my clients through that, and got on the phone with her, and there was really so much else in the space in her world, and I could, in the voice tone, I'm just listening, and I'm like, all right, what's really there? Like, what's going on? And spent the whole hour just working on it. By the end of it, she was like, oh my God, you reminded me of who I am. You know what I mean? Thank you. Because there was so much pretending internally, and she had all this stuff that she thought was the truth. This is how it is. This is how my baby daddy is. My other baby dad is this way. And like, it was this conversation. Like, okay, what are you pretending about yourself? What are you pretending about, your baby daddies? What are you pretending about, what's possible for you? And so she took that on, and she started realizing, wow, I'm making everything wrong, including myself. And there's no freedom. Once your insides are convicted of a certain truth, that's the way your body's going to respond and act and perform. Your emotions are going to follow that. And like, most people don't realize that who you are on the inside is the most important factor to determine what you're going to be on the outside.
And sometimes they say, fake it till you make it, but sometimes that faking it changes your perception. And the one thing about us is you and I are the same on camera as we are off camera. And that is what everyone says to us. We're authentic. You can find us any place, wherever we are, and turn on the camera or not, you will have the same conversation with us one way or another, good, bad, or indifferent.
Well, we
That's who we are.
haven't learned any other way.
Right.
Sometimes when you have bad habits, you're actually living somebody else's plan, right? You don't have any habits, you're going to live yours. And that's what we do. Now, you say you offer plans, right? Are they one plan, two plans, three plans, a combination of plans? Do you create it when you meet somebody? Is it...
We've got brand new program design that I just formulated, and the big objective is a program called Invincible, which we're rolling out.
Invincible, you like
that? 2019. That's been my thing for a long time, because what I discovered after my journey from breaking apart completely, I discovered something inside of myself and inside of that lives in all of us. There is an invincibility, but it's not about being tough. I mean, that was the image I was portraying. I was big tough guy, violent, fighting, all that. All that was false. It wasn't really who I was, and the real invincibility I discovered was that there's an essence of life within all of us that's always there. It's happening. Life has never stopped. Look at the cosmos. It's amazing, right? When we get in touch with that, there's a freedom to really be ourselves and to face the things that we're avoiding and all that stuff. So invincibility really is coupled with deep vulnerability, really willing to feel the fear, the terror, the shame, the blame, and understand that once we go through that, we come out on the other side and everything's
that's
okay.
The scary part is identifying it and then working through it, because it is so much easier to bury it. I know you're going to say when you bury your head in the sand,
You know what sticks out.
I know it.
Yeah.
But it is easy. In some ways, it's easier to bury it and deny it. But in other ways, then it manifests in not being your authentic self and not living your purpose.
What age group is your demographic?
I would say all ages. I mean, it could be early 20s up into, I've worked with people in their almost 60s even.
And I wanted to
Just
ask you,
depending what
because
they're
I
up
want to
to.
bring Sopranos into this conversation. She's a millennial. But I wanted to ask you, is it harder to work with people that get older than it is for a millennial? Or is a millennial more of a challenge?
You know, I don't think I can stereotype
Well,
like
you're
that.
a millennial.
Yeah, I am a millennial.
He's got a great radio voice, by the way.
He does. He's a voice of the
Been told
radio.
that. Thank you. I don't think I'm as a typical millennial. Do you think I am, or?
He's more mature than the average. I mean, for 27, I've known him since he was 21. Even at 21, I was like, man, you're like an older soul. Like,
But then, is it easier if they're older souls? I'm going back to the question: is millennials are more challenging, or are older that have?
I
set in
wouldn't
their
say there
ways?
is a more or not. There's differences. Like, you know, I know older people that are super flexible and adaptable. They're very like free and they're open to possibility. And I know young kids that are just stubborn as all can be.
And they won't take to.
Do you do the coaching as well, Nathan, or is that more of Vince's end?
That's more on his end, and I have done it. Yeah.
So have you been through the process?
Yes. Yeah. He coaches me regularly, and
Who coaches him?
He coaches me.
But who coaches him?
Oh, well, why don't you tell them about?
Yeah, I've got a number of coaches, mentors, and
Do
teachers
you?
in my life. Yeah, I mean, ever since I started my transformational journey, I mean, I would never be where I am
I was
by
gonna
myself.
ask you
I
how
mean,
you
it
did
was-
that all by yourself.
Oh no, it started by myself, and it led to me. I started. I was invited to a church. I went to a church after having a certain. I had a spiritual encounter, you know, where I really got in touch with life, and I really met what I would call God before I got involved with the church. When I got into church, I realized that their version of God and what I had experienced weren't necessarily aligned, and but I still got a lot of benefit from what was there. And then I started exploring different spiritual groups and teachings and practices and transformational communities and you know, being coached and have mentors and all kinds of great people in my life.
Excellent. And Sopranos, what do you think about this conversation?
I'm kind of lost of what you guys actually do.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'd love to get more. So I was talking about the Invincible program. That would be the exclusive program we're launching in 2019. Our current program, Accelerate Your Launch, we have Accelerate Your Vision, which is a 2-day training that allows people to get really in touch with their core purpose, right, and start some basic planning and go through some of our basic coaching materials. But we do a lot with the personal, the you aspect of it, right?
Core training, okay.
Yeah, and then Accelerate Your Launch is where we have a rebranding, marketing, business growth, 3-day event. It's an immersion. There'll be business cards, brochures developed there, you know,
To help
logos.
them get into that.
Yeah, like we're structuring and you know, the brand is built around the authentic expression of that individual.
After they develop their core.
Yeah.
sense.
So it's the
Exactly.
marketing side, but you have to understand, I guess, the coaching
Yeah.
and your purpose
Yeah.
to step into your power to do the
Yeah.
marketing. It's
Working from the
sequential.
inside out.
Right.
Yep,
but
exactly.
do you understand that?
Yes and no. So basically, what you do is coach upcoming businesses.
Yeah, coaches, teachers, healers, health practitioners,
People.
consultants, workshop and retreat leaders.
So you're just a life coach.
Well, that's the business coaching side. The life coaching, I can work with anybody.
Okay.
Couples.
Like I tell you, millennials are a
Old,
little
young.
bit tricky.
Yeah, I've worked with kids, drug addicts, alcoholics. I can
Well, you work with
anybody.
people that are normal. Just everyday life.
Everyday people, not
everyday
business.
people.
Yeah, there's no limits.
Like not you, but almost you.
Everyday people. Let's go to commercial break. When we come back, more with Vince and Nathan. Purpose and Power, 888-565-1470. And
Give us
we'll
a call.
be right back. Give it.
I am Crunchy because knowledge is power. Crunchy is a revolutionary line of safe and high-performing toxin-free cosmetics that are redefining beauty. You no longer have to sacrifice your health for your beauty or your beauty for your health. Be conscious about what are in your cosmetics and how they affect your body. Contact me at 703-509-2592 or explore at crunchywithanI.com/Liz Sant, LIZSANDT. Again, it's 703-509-2592.
What is Deborah Size? With over 25 years of personal training experience and workout techniques, Deb Varsalone invites you to Debercise. Debercise comes to you from the privacy of your own home or group training facility. Debercise can meet your individual fitness needs, offering one-on-one, non-impact resistance training, post-surgical strengthening to higher-level boot camp and weight training. Debercise will meet your personal fitness goals at any age. Contact Deb at 561-307-9283. Schedule an initial consultation and get ready for a stronger, healthier you. 561-307-9283. In this world of social media and cacophony of sound, how do you get noticed? How do you get heard? In a world of instant gratification, how do you find appreciation? It's time to be heard. Become a radiating magnet and allow the law of attraction to come fully into play. Being completely in the moment speaks louder than words and actions. It's time to become fully present. It's time to put Humpty Dumpty together again. Call or text 561-351-9134. Become your radiating self. Contact Clyde at 561-351-9134. Welcome to the Brooklyn Cafe, where every day is a new adventure. If you'd like to join Don and Freddy S. at the cafe, give them a call at 888-565-1470 toll-free. Come on in or call to share a thought for the day and get all the information you need to help your business grow. That's 888-565-1470. Let's reopen the cafe doors. Now, back to Don and Freddy S.
Thank you for watching the Brooklyn Cafe TV show. And don't forget to like this video.
And subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you want to be notified when we go live. We'll see you next time.
And we're back.
All I can say is what a wacky Wednesday at the Brooklyn Cafe TV. We are here with Nathan and Vince with Purpose and Passion. I got it right?
Power.
Power. I got it wrong.
Still got it wrong.
We can throw some passion in there too.
Purpose and
passion, power.
What passion? Where the hell did you get that
throw the
from?
passion in there. Why not?
I'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll
Again,
squeeze it in
it
there.
makes sense because you don't have the passion for your purpose. You cannot have the power.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
know,
If
my
I have a
brain
conversation
works
with you and I
So we
say
have to
red
make an
is red
addendum to our
and blue is blue, you're going to say, yeah, but there's yellow. And that's not the conversation.
Well, how do you think you got green?
We didn't say anything about green.
You had to put the blue and the yellow.
Okay, somebody help me.
I know my brain works a little uniquely, but there's always
tricky.
But you like the passion in it because.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I think that
That's
you
the
said
challenge.
it's beautiful because, like, honestly, like getting people emotionally excited and enthused, depends on them being connected with the pleasure that, is in the future that they're looking to live into. You know what I mean? And if that's not known, there is no passion. If
See,
there's
I
no passion,
rebrand
it's
people
not,
all the time, and it's not intentional. It's just what comes in my head, and it sort of
Should bring
makes
her on
sense.
board.
It's why we don't really have anything on paper and writing, but the creative way we think. So I know you're scared, but it makes sense.
Whatever you say. After I seen you do a loop-de-loop with coffee all over the set and everything
My
else,
arm
anything
still
you want.
hurts.
Of course it hurts. You almost broke your neck.
I know.
All right, so let's get back into the subject matter. We were talking about counseling that you do with different systems. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so the programs are like
Yeah.
the different groups.
Yeah.
So I've worked at drug rehabilitation centers. I've worked with groups of people struggling with all kinds of addictions. And, over the years, in 20 years, I've had to learn, like, how am I going to, I never wanted to stop getting high, right? I mean, I got high because I wanted to experience like that experience, but there's a major consequence and side effect. But like, I learned how to keep enjoying and fulfilling myself through other practices that didn't require chemicals. No drinking, no drugs, smoking, nothing. Like literally, not even a Tylenol or an ibuprofen. Like literally just nutrition, exercises, activities, using my voice, other types of practices that, breathing techniques. There's all these things that I've learned over the years. And when I go to a rehab, I will bring some of these techniques. And first I connect with them with my story, my background. So they're like, okay, you're not a therapist. You're not some clinically book trained individual who's going to just analyze me. You're like one of us.
Right.
That's the first in that I get, that relatedness with them. And then from there, it's like, all right, like let's get high, but let's get high doing something that doesn't hurt you. Let's try this breathing technique. And then I get them to breathe in a certain way. And suddenly someone who just detoxed off of heroin for 3 days is like feeling joy and pleasure in their body. Like night and day difference. No drugs, no medication, just breathing and connecting with a small group. And it's like that.
And it's using those tools then once they get out of the rehab to not go back. I mean, you could have easily gone back, and I'm sure you've had experiences as well, Nathan.
Yeah.
Friends and people have done things that maybe were not in alignment with your thinking, and keeping them, they say, on the straight and narrow, but to enjoy life and not go back to, and you could have easily gone back, right?
I think, I haven't been as far down the road as him in terms of like being in a gang and drug use like that, but I think the big thing I've learned is to elevate my circle of friends. Like whenever I'm looking to elevate and transform myself to the next level, looking to surround myself with the types of people that are at that level of thinking and at that level of emotionalizing.
It's interesting that you say that, because we talk about that in business. And we have those that we call, I shouldn't say this, the bottom feeders. And those people you will keep your business at that level. But to grow your business, to grow you have to associate yourself with the businesses you want to associate with, right?
Sure.
No?
Absolutely.
You want to associate with bad business
Stop
practice?
saying that. Thank you.
With bad business practice?
No,
or good business practice?
I think that sometimes when you meet people who are not
authentic,
who are not doing what they should be doing, it's your job to point out to them that there is choice. And I think that these guys give you choice. I don't want to call anybody bad, good, or indifferent. I want to say, listen, you're like me. You put your pants on like I do. So I just want to say, here's a different way of doing it.
Or you don't need to point out the choice, but it doesn't mean you have to associate with them, right?
Sometimes you do.
Like you can have the choice to go on drugs and jump off the bridge. It doesn't mean you're going to do it, or you need to associate with them. If they don't change their choice, you can change your choice.
Associate, you mean do drugs with them, or you mean to know them?
Well, you're always going to know them unless you walk. Well, you walked away from some friends, right?
Oh, huge, yeah. So many people. And one of the things that Nathan brought up, and you guys were talking about association, like our programs are designed to bring people together, and we have lasting masterminds. We have a 6-month mastermind that's Accelerate Your Growth, and that's where we're bringing them together, and we couple people together, small group them together, so that they have associations that are like their own, so that keeps them forwarding their business goals and objectives. They have accountability to one another. That's something that most entrepreneurs don't have. They're trying to do everything on their own, and they're losing focus, they're getting distracted. But this entrepreneurial community that we formed and the way that we've structured our programs makes sure that they're continually in a conversation and interaction with other people like themselves. So it forwards their game a lot faster. It accelerates. That's why.
So what do they do when they meet somebody, like Dawn is saying, that doesn't adhere to where they should go?
We definitely, encourage people not to try and change and force anyone to be anything, or to fix people, or rescue people. Those are all things I've done. I think Nathan's done that as well, and there's consequences with that. It's like allowing people to have choice, right? Means like letting them be right. The most enrolling thing is just you transforming yourself, being transformed, going after what you love. I think the best way to change the world is for everybody to live their ultimate purpose and have maximum power.
And is it okay to walk away from those, they say, that do not serve you? I mean, I can give you all the cliches.
Okay, it's essential.
Right?
Yeah, because then you come down to their level. We look for ideal clients. We don't try to change non-ideal clients into ideal clients. It becomes a very difficult relationship to manage.
And he even speaks in sound bites, which is amazing. Who are your ideal clients?
Vince? Oh.
Our ideal clients are people that are committed to transforming themselves and really creating their business. They're not afraid of creating business structure. They're not afraid of making money. I mean, there's these conversations and people who say they want to do coaching, they want to be a teacher, a healer, or run workshops and retreats, but then they have so many resistances internally. They're not yet really ready.
Do you find fear comes into play a lot?
Very often.
Definitely.
So what do you do when you meet somebody who thinks they know it all? Right,
yeah.
And you're asking them to join forces, but they know it all.
Well, the first thing they have to accept, and it has to be a willingness that they don't know what they don't know, and be willing to look at something. And usually it's at a tough point in their life that someone's willing to look where they haven't been willing to look. But if someone's not willing to look, we don't try and change people. We're not in that business. It's like you're either willing to do the work or you're not. And I think in all walks of life and in business, and we coach our fellow business owners in our community not to just bend over backwards and take anyone into their products and services. I don't think for any business that it's healthy to do that.
or in relationships of any kind. Let's get real about that.
It should be in alignment with what you do. And this is probably not even part of it, but you're so old school in your thinking and doing everything that even the social media aspect for you, that the Instagram, the Snapchat, you went, we don't need that, right? And everyone says we do.
And I was wrong.
But you were willing to say, all right, if you guys do it, and we brought in some people to help us and show us, and the interns have been great. I mean, hey, they do this every day, right? So they do it for us. It's changed everything, right?
And the other thing is that you
were willing to say, look, we got to take a chance.
There's a lot of stuff that we already do, and I just saw a giant mountain, and I wasn't going to do it good. I wasn't going to do it right. I was just going to make us miserable. But along comes this gang in here, and everybody worked on it, and it has gone in a whole different world. I mean, I have never seen numbers like I'm seeing now, and people are calling us for content, the whole 9 yards. It's just gone in a whole different way.
But the digital media just took it to another level. But we couldn't do it all ourselves anymore. It was beyond the scope of our 4 hands to keep doing everything.
It's
and it's so important to hire people like you to help see your purpose and your passion and power, and then grow. You help people do that, right? You do the websites. You help them with the social media side of it as well.
All that stuff can take years to learn. So yes, we do that. And I think for a business owner who's like really good at what they do, like what you're saying, Freddie, you're good at what you did, and it would have just been, it sounded like it would have been miserable to just go and learn something and really fail miserably at it. It's not worth the time and the money and the effort and the distraction from what you are good at to get into that.
I like this guy. That's exactly what it is, because you're investing money in something you're not going to be good at. You're not going to grow your company. You're not going to grow your dream, because you're putting all the money in your weakest point, not your strongest point.
Exactly.
And you can do that. We can hire you. We can go through the coaching. How can people get in touch with you?
Yes.
The website is
accelerateyourlaunch.com.
You have the website lowered there, huh?
And that's a very specific and focused program that we're offering there. But there's an opportunity to get into a consultation call or discovery and breakthrough call with me. So from there, we can have a conversation and see what's going on in the business, see what's going on in your life. If you're open and ready to really just be transparent and transform.
And Delray's a big center for rehab.
Yeah. Number one in the country, isn't it?
In fact, it was where I attended, many years ago.
Number one in the country. And it's a growing problem to the degree now that I think the police officers are working
with the Narcan pens.
With that stuff, and it's just out of control. Because I guess people, I don't know, is it the pressures? I mean, I'm going to ask you guys.
I think I've done a lot of reflecting on this, so I'd like to speak to that. Okay. So, what I got is that children need to be placed in an environment that nurtures who they already are. Instead, when you start to invalidate or to force and coerce an individual, it nullifies their own sense of being. And when that happens, there's an acting out, a need to get the freedom back. Drugs are very appealing to kids that feel oppressed. Our school system, I know it does the best that it can. It's not made to be malicious necessarily, but the way it works, all this intellectual study without any real mass behind what they're reading and learning, not really reading and then doing something. And it's all up in here. It creates an experience of being trapped and confined into the mind. And there's a desire, an eagerness to escape that. Alcohol, easy. Smoking marijuana, easy.
It's
and
the
powder
control.
drugs,
it's
easy.
like what we talked with Judy about on the first hour. We can control our food. We can control our thoughts. Along with food, we can control what we ingest, drugs, alcohol, what we physically put into our body. Sometimes it's harmful, but it gives us the control back.
Instant gratification.
But is it lack of accountability, a lack of urgency in our society nowadays? Is that what's going on? I mean, I don't want to mask it. I just want to talk about.
Maybe it just masks the pain, and then
but the pain.
It grows.
I think it's not. I don't want to put it on parents. I think collectively, each of myself as a child in relationship with my mom, me not taking responsibility for myself, and I don't have kids, I'm not a parent yet, but if I was a parent, me taking responsibility, I think what's missing is responsibility.
Well, I am a parent, and I will say parents have a huge responsibility. Does it start there? People used to tell me that. I don't think so. I think it goes deeper.
We got a whole other hour to keep going.
This could be fantastic.
I think a lot of
Thanks, Nathan, for joining us. I know we're already out of time. Have a wonderful Wednesday.
We'll
Be
bring
kind
them
to
back.
each other.
We'll
We'll see
bring
you
them
tomorrow,
back.
same time, same place.
And don't be late.
Bye-bye.
You guys are great. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
The Heart of Delray Gallery, located in the Delray Art Complex, is one of South Florida's top venues for live concert music and private events. The Heart of Delray Gallery is a cutting-edge, 11,000 square foot art exhibition showcasing local artists and artisans with the highest quality of talent and vision, highlighting South Florida's creative arts. Visit us at the Heart of Delray Gallery, 1440 North Federal Highway in Delray Beach. Come, take a tour, book your next private event or fundraiser, or join us for Art Walk the first Friday of every month from 6 to 11 p.m. For more information, give us a call at 561-278-0074.
Health and Vitamin Concepts can help balance you through an innovative, non-invasive biomeridian assessment that measures the energetic properties of your body and naturally corrects the imbalances. Offering a complete thyroid, hormone, and nutritional profile, Health and Vitamin Concepts identifies the specific vitamins and herbs in the exact amount your body needs. Call for more information, 561-392-8448, or visit online at healthandvitaminconcepts.com. If you're ready to have more energy, better health, and a greater sense of well-being, make an appointment today at Health and Vitamin Concepts in Boca Raton at 7152 Barracasa Way. Call 561-392-8448. That's 561-392-8448.
Well, that's about it for today, and even though the show is over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 1 p.m. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddy S. will bring you more goodwill next time. Although today's show was live, you can follow the cafe on Facebook at Brooklyn Cafe. To rewatch every minute of the show, call 866-224-5422 to talk with Dawn and Freddy S. after the closing, or to leave an order for fun for the next show. Have a meaningful day. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.